No time you wake up in the morning in Nigeria that will not hear or see all sort of drama. The chief of staff to Tinubu, that's in our president, claimed that there is a fake, there's one particular agency, that is running at the villa, as in in Abuja, federal parastatal in Abuja there. But is that possible? I don't think so. Why is he making this claim? Maybe the agreement did not go well. That was the reason why he's trying to disclaim this particular agency. And the man in question, Prince Adeyemi, said that even Gbajabiamila knows about this agency. That in fact, Baja told him that he has to give him 48%. All the money they've been dishing out, to the agency. There is no court there. It's 48%. Can you imagine that? Our money, the people's money. You see the way the money is going, and you are claiming that agency is fake. Maybe the man is lying. Nobody knows. But from what I'm saying, it's only God that knows the truth. Because the man made a whole lot of comments. The man speaks, as in he talks. The man talk. I don't know. In fact, at this juncture, I don't know what to say. The kind of racketeering that is going on in this our federal government. We are crying. There is no money, no food. The money you ought to use to do valuable things for the country. This is how the money is going. And the agency we are talking about that is fake has 300 staffs working under this agency. This man is heading. And a whooping 1.3 billion is right there in the Senate. That's in our budget, which the Senate approved. And our Senate could not even deem it fit to scrutinize thoroughly all what they brought to their front. Check them, make their due diligence in checking them, ensuring that all what they are bringing to them are genuine, are facts. Here we are. See the kind of country that we are. Look at the kind of leaders. If this fraud could be happening in our own, oh God. I will stop by. I will let you watch the full details.
If you say an agency that is appropriated for in the budget, that has offices, where the person don't they travel, they come, they get staff, get account, get domiciliary account for CBN, get account, they draw money, they transact business, get the thing where they do. Then a whole personality like the CEO say, he know they exist. He needs to explain to the nation what he means by saying. So he is saying that the chief of staff say make he give him 48%. How many percent?
48%.
48%.
That's like 50%. Oh my God, I beg you. They talk something about murder case. Why that kind of thing will get anything to do? Now I am going to read you the full story as it take happen. So the cable, first of all, Gbajabiamila held a press conference where he stated that the particular what did they call them? A particular council say they know they exist. That is that particular council, where they call the Presidential Economic Advisory Council. Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, nine be their name. Say they know they exist. Say anybody will be say talk that kind of thing or wake on campaign, say that kind of thing they exist, say na lie. So say he's calling the attention of the general public to the fact that that office or that agency does not exist and Nigerians should be aware. See now, fake presidential council exposed as FG issues strong warning. And I think this was released on the 11th or so of June. Now say it make this press statement, and we just thought all was okay. But then the cable and other people can't carry stories, can't talk, say wait a minute. These council way be say Baja saying they exist though. They can't check through the 2026 budget, can't realize say the council gets a whooping over 3 billion naira budgeted to them. So how come council that Baja saying they exist gets budgets allocation, budgetary allocation? So the amount of 3 billion naira, see, I'm here now. Oh, are they come? I go get them. So that's when it shocked a lot of people. People can say, wait, what could be going on there? And they even showed screenshots of that. See them now. See for the 2026 budget. See the amount. So if you say the budget give them, So then people can talk say, if you look the entire amount, about 3 billion naira thereabouts, now we see them budget give them. So now Nigerians can say, how can they say this does not exist? And then after that probing, the person where they're in charge of this platform, by the way, let me show you they get Twitter handle, they get Facebook, they get see their Instagram handle, and then see now the things the way be say they don't do, and you can see their work, the way they put up the thing where be say they do, see what they say they about. You can see their mission and vision statement, as it were, about them. It said facilitating global partnerships and foreign investment into Nigeria, investment advisory. Now, the reason I had to ask, I perhaps had to re-echo the question when Nigerians ask about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's awareness of what's going on in the presidency is because we know how passionate the president has been about foreign direct investment. And we know how he's always loved and talked about going out of the country to market Nigeria. And that is exactly part of what these people are doing, facilitating global partnerships and foreign investment into Nigeria. Will be one of the key things we make President Tinubu don't spend quite a lot of time traveling out of the country because they do that. They say investment advisory, documentation, partnership facilitation. Now all these things then they do. Now their Instagram handle be that. Now waiting then right say be their core work where be say they do. Now, for a company where it be say, or for an agency where it be say, they operate in this large scale, how come it be say a whole special a chief of staff of the president will come out and say that this thing agency need to exist in a press statement and media carrier that the agency does not exist? So people have wondered. So I'm coming, sir. We're leading a bit. You want to start jumping because we wanted to build the conversation so that Nigerians will understand a little bit. Not vex. I go rush because I go get to the press statement where you say the Oga hold. So all of those information around them. Then the Oga where they in charge. See, I'm here. Nine be this. He can't give press statements recently where he say come fire back at Oga Femi Gbajabiamila. For waiting, it be say it talks, say they need to exist. In fact, make a read down full text of address of the press conference by Prince Adeyemi Matthew, 25th of June 2026. Now it be say hold up day before yesterday. On Thursday, now you hold the press conference. I beg you go permit me small, make a read them. It did very, very lengthy. But it did important, make you no miss anything for waiting I go read. Not vex. I never even open and well to see him, but make a reader. My dearest fellow Nigerians, it refer to me and you, relentless members of the press, people where they press, and then distinguished ladies and gentlemen. That is the great mother of Nigeria. And then he says, I welcome you to today, not out of convenience, but out of necessity. I stand before you today under a cloud of public misrepresentation, institutional denial, and deliberate attempts to silence legitimate questions that concern matters of national interest. Firstly, let me wish Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila a happy birthday. Remember, it was his birthday this week. That this week we just passed. That's good. And a lot of people greet him well. This press conference is also a birthday gift to him. Okay. while celebrating this your hall back, your sound the hall back, so make a put it for backyard, sir, so that Nigerians will hear the sound well. Your sound the hall back, sir. No vex. Okay, so moving back to the conversation. I think it's better off this way now. Sorry, sincere apologies. So he says, I welcome you, which is also a birthday gift to him. He said so, right? So he says he should remember that Nigerians are waiting for him to tell the truth about what he knows about Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council and Presidential Economic Advisory Council. And then he says, let me be clear from the beginning. I will not be intimidated because intimidation I cannot. Yeah? Yeah. I will not be discredited without response because you cannot beat a child and expect him or her not to cry when pain is inflicted on that child. So a response is inevitable. And I will not allow my name to be used as a convenient shield in a matter that Nigerians deserve full transparency. That is, say, you know, go fit shake him, you know, go fit just like this, tell him shut up, make it shut up. Say, you know, go fit beat and tell him make it no cry. Say, you know, be that kind of person will be say, go fit just shake anyhow. And he now says, let me be clear. Okay. So he said, I would rather die as a man than to live as a coward. Hey. And then he says, in fact, make I no need to interpret. I'm not going to go ask Google for the rest interpretation because this one will be like, say, you go to quote the person where talk and make I no help on interpret him. And he says, on the 11th of June, 2026, Honorable Olufemi Hakeem Gbajabiamila issued a disclaimer distancing the office of the Chief of Staff of the President from Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, PFIPC, alongside the Presidential Economic Advisory Council, PAEC. Now, the name has been drawn into the storm, or my name rather has been drawn into the storm. I reject outright any attempt to reduce this matter to simple denials without addressing the core questions that Nigerians are now asking. The issue is no longer about personalities. It is about contradictions that demand answers. Now, the claim of Chief of Staff to the President, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, that he doesn't know about the existence of agency or that agency is okay. He said they're bad. In fact, he blew grammar. Because in the real world, he should cover his face in shame. If Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who is supposed to be the Chief of Staff of President and also the administrative gateway to the President, can make such an administrative error by allowing the President to sign a document with fake agency in it, he should possibly resign his appointment now. And the way he put the now, he put a now with like 10W now. I say put on long now. Not vex, I forgive you screenshots. Now he says, let's assume for 1 second that all what the Chief of Staff published were right, that the agency does not exist. Then how did the agency's name get into the 2026 appropriation budget? Pages 50 and page 51. How they managed to reach there? That's a question he asked. Now, if the agency does not exist, yet found its way into the Nigerian national budget, where them pass, then come accent. Not be just say they don't pass her. That is House of Rep, look am, what did they call them? Senate, look am, they come carry and go committee, look and finish your committee, come pass and give president come sign them. I don't know if you understand me. What that means is that the entire 2026 appropriation budget is a fraud and should be discarded. If it be, say, they are like a non-existent agency today inside. Now, what the Chief of Staff to the President is now saying by his denial published in various national dailies is that our 109 distinguished senators, where we have seasoned administrators, former governors, and diverse professional experts, are incompetent. He put the way he wrote it. He put the incompetence in capital letter, not to have discovered the fake agency in the national budget. What it means is that our 360 reps members of the House of Federal Republic of Nigeria are rubber stamped, as they are being speculated to be. Now, that is not an emotional question. It is a procedural one. That's what he put them. He said, because the national budget does not emerge in isolation, it passes through multiple layers of technical drafting, executive coordination, ministerial inputs, budget office review, and final legislative scrutiny by both chambers of the National Assembly, where COS, Chief of Staff, has meticulously served for good 20 years and rose from minority to majority leaders and speaker for 4 years. So the question becomes unavoidable. At what point in this process did references to non-existent agency allegedly enter the official record? That's a question he asked. Please pay attention very keenly. I'm sorry I had to read all of it. And he says, and if they are indeed present in official documentation, what does that imply about the integrity of the process that produced and approved those documents? And then he asks another question. For President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to append his signature to a budget that includes a non-existing agency, according to his chief of staff, it is embarrassment for the hard-working government. Or this hard-working government is stated. My distinguished media practitioners, why do questions persist regarding administrative process, budgetary lines, and institutional communications allegedly connected to this agency if it doesn't exist? The same acclaimed non-existent agency has domiciliary account, pounds account, and treasury single account, TSA. Remember, now only government agencies, they get TSA, where we say any money where that agencies will be say they bring in revenue, any money where they get, they enter one single agency, so that government go. Now Jonathan be introduced them, I remember. TSA, then Buhari can't start the implementation, if you remember very well. So how come they get a TSA account? All domiciled, all these accounts domiciled in Central Bank of Nigeria, all. So what Chief of Staff is telling Nigerians is that the CBN governor, Oga Kaduso, with his pedigree, together with his 4 deputies, 16 capable directors, 5,300 staff, are clueless to not have detected a fraudulent document for opening of accounts. That is, say, so CBN, the Ogao, the deputies, or everybody where they work, that they don't get sense. They should not say this agency will be fake. They use fake document to register accounts. Now he said, is it even possible to open an account with fictitious documents in a commercial bank in Nigeria today? Talk less of Central Bank of Nigeria. Please note that the process of opening accounts with CBN starts from Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. Therefore, Chief of Army Staff is telling the Accountant General of the Federation, who possesses necessary qualifications and experience of over 30 years, his pool of directors, deputy directors, assistant directors, and other professional experts in his office are seats, in fact, you call them sit-down look civil servants, not to have dictated forged documents. Many say all these people for Accountant General office, they just be olodo, they sit down, they look, they no get sense. If them pass this fake agency account, allow them to go like that. He said, chai! Oh my shell, then he can't speak something for Yoruba language. You can't put them. Eni agboju okunle kojo ani agbao. I don't know. Please, you help me interpret. Then he says, fellow Nigerians, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila has brought shame and disrepute to the civil service by telling us that the head of the civil service of the Federation of Nigeria, who graciously approved 314 staff, 314 staff, now in this ministry get to the said non-existent agency, is incompetent with 94,511 staff. That is 94,511 staff now under the Ministry of Civil Service, head of civil service. So all the head of civil service, all had 94,000 staff, all of them, they don't get sense for them to approve 314 staff for this agency when it exists. Then he says, how did the agency get an office or an office space at the Federal Secretariat and operate for over a year so far? Abi, you put them on and you write in this, he said, Abi, SGF office with 6 permanent secretaries and numerous directors are driven by pot of soups. Okay. And then he went on to say that these are not, I beg your pardon, he said, these are not trivial matters, but questions at the sensitivity of governance, accountability, and public trust. He said, I am also compelled to address the attempt by the chief of staff to frame me as a fraudulent actor in this matter. That portrayal is not only false, but deeply damaging to my pressing and reputation. It has been alleged in certain quarters that there was attempts or considerations by the chief of staff to use security institutions in Nigeria to frame my diplomatic engagement as espionage or disloyalty. I categorically reject any attempt to criminalize lawful activity. Now, I want to put this out for clarity's sake. That's what he put up. He said, the major rationale, I beg your pardon, the major rationale behind the disagreement between myself and the chief of staff is because he allegedly, why you put allegedly for inside if you did share everything to talk? Well, that's okay. It's because he allegedly requested 48% of the take-off grants. The take-off grant now 27 billion 395 million 510,136 naira. That's the take-off grants where be said then give this establishment. Take-off grant now say money where be said then give the new agency. Say, on a just starting in a new agency, on a go need to organize on herself, on a go need this, on a go need that. Grants now money where you go return. So we're gonna take this money, we're gonna go use arrange on herself, we're gonna go use stats. Now the grants, now waiting grants be. So say the grants when they give them to use start the agency, Oga Femo say they will give them 48%. That is almost 50% of the agency. That's what Oga quoted here. Now, from the same agency which he denies its existence, make I repeat that line again because sorry, say I break down Novex. He said, now I want to put this out for clarity's sake. The major rationale behind the disagreement between myself and chief of staff is because he allegedly requested 48,000 of the takeoff grant of 27.3 million. Make I just leave it like that. I don't call the figure before. From the same agency which he denies its existence, to which I rejected. After he collected a total sum of 400 million by proxy, with remaining balance of 200 million, that's a 600 million I will give them to secure the said appointment, in case you don't understand. That is this man now thought saying he pay 400 million to Femi Gbajabiamila through somebody else. That is the proxy. And he remained balance of 200 million for them to employ him as the person waiting in charge of this agency. He had to pay money. 600 million is what he paid to secure this job, to be the one that is in charge of this agency. 600 million. For everybody where they support this administration, we talk, say, what did they do good? I don't know what to wish you. Because if this story is not true, then you should be ashamed of yourself. And especially if you're abroad, they support this kind of thing. Make them find out one fraud about you for that abroad, catch you quick. If they support this kind of thing. But that is if this is true anyway. But let's go back to that conversation. Now, is the chief of staff open to examine all documents and communication trails in the president's office? That's one question he asked. Because I asked myself, what could have happened for chief of staff to issue that disclaimer when the president has Mr. Bayo Onanuga, Chief Sunday Diary of this world, Mr. Daniel Bwala, and retinue of media aides? Was he pushed to do that? Is there something pursuing him? Or he was under the influence of substance? Did you hear that? That's what this press conference is in public domain. Please kindly go look out for it and read. I haven't added a word of my own apart from the ones I talk for Pidgin English. So please go and look for it and read. So you see that I haven't said anything myself. And he says, I think this confirmed the general notion that the president has sidelined the chief of staff because his cup is full due to his unscrupulous activities. I'm waiting the man right. And he said, let it be known, silence will not resolve this matter. Only truth will. That's what the man talk. He said, I therefore passionately appeal to our dear father, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the immediate establishment of an independent investigation panel. Though he put different things where President Tinubu go investigate. One, he said, examine the mysterious death of Mr. Babatunde Tenimola, who is the intermediary between myself and the chief of staff. Because remember saying pay 400 million to an intermediary to secure the appointment. And this intermediary now, Babatunde Sanimola, now be the intermediary and say he don't die. Who police claimed he died through fire accident at a hotel in Otako. How fire go use one person make he die for inside hotel? And this happened in Otako, Abuja, on 22nd of October 2025, a day after Chief of Staff petition was received by the police. That is Chief of Staff write petition today. The next day, this man died for fire incident for a hotel. He now said again, the president too should kindly investigate several attempted assassinations to my life, especially the one that occurred on Sunday, 7th of September 2025. Maybe today this matter started along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, where I narrowly escaped. That's what he put on, where he escaped this death. Now, several belongings, vital documents were carted away, including my 2 phones, which consisted a lot of information. I reported the case to the police and Department of State Security. I was told the phones were tracked to Gombe State. But an insider confided to me that there was an order from above to refrain from taking any further actions. In case you don't understand, he get accident, so he be say almost taking life for September 2025 along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, where he almost died. He escaped from that assassination attempt. Say there be one killer. From there, he losing 2 phones, so he be say carry a lot of information. And inside that 2 phones, when he lost, he said they can't begin track the phone. Say they can't say they track the phone reach Gombe State. And then only for somebody from inside DSS, after he petitioned them, to come tell and say, order come from above, say, may they no act upon that investigation again. Why? That's the question. Now he said, to compel, that is the president too, to compel the chief of staff to produce all the official documents he has signed since assumption into office for forensic analysis, because he who alleges or alleged must prove, and he who comes into equity must come with clean hands. That's all God write up. He say, to compel the chief of staff to step aside pending the outcome of the panel, because he has been using his office to intimidate people, including media houses. Ogafemi, say they use in office, they intimidate people, including media houses, they intimidate them. He now said the president should also review budgetary references and institutional records, question all relevant actors, publish findings transparently. Such a panel should include credible civil society organizations and international organizations. The purpose is clarity, not denial versus counter-denial. If I am wrong, let an independent process prove it. If Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila is right, let it confirm it. To civil society, media, religious, and traditional institutions, your engagement matters. To Nigerians, focus on facts, not distractions. Pages 50 and 51 of the 2026 appropriation budget are cited as proof. That's what you use to talk about. And then he says, I remain willing to cooperate fully with any lawful inquiry. I will not accept being silenced or discredited. Let the investigation speak. Let the documents speak. Let the truth emerge. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And if this is your first time of watching my channel, subscribe, like, press that notification button for more informations. And if you have any comments, drop it. Thank you.